What's going on? Charles Botenston doing a actual video because I deleted Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. So I'm going to actually probably download YouTube and upload this. But I'm reading through Jocko Willink's book, and it's Discipline Equals Freedom Field Manual. And it's kind of one of those kick-in-the-ass books that you get every once in a while. Practical use. There's no step-by-step guide. But there is a page in here, and I've actually heard him say it, and I highly recommend you actually check it out. Just look up Jocko Willink. Maybe it's under good. Jocko Willink, good. And when he actually says this line, it will kick you in the face and just say, you know what? He's right. So the title of the chapter, it's very short chapters. That's, each chapter is usually about 1 to 2 pages. I'm on page 58. I banged it out in about an hour. And it talks about anything good or bad that happens. Doesn't matter. And he just says good. Good. So one of his subordinates always came up to him. And when he was at war, always said, hey, listen, we got this problem, boss. And he goes, good. 2 weeks later would go by, and he would come up to Jocko and say, hey, listen, man, this mission's not going like we wanted to. And Jocko said, good. And then eventually he said, and finally one day, he, as in the subordinate, was telling me about something that that something was going off the rails. And that as soon as he finished explaining it to me, he said, so in other words, something, because I totally fucked that up. But one day something was going wrong, and the subordinate was talking to Jocko, and the subordinate says, I already know what you're going to say. Jocko says, what am I going to say? The subordinate says, you're going to say good. That's what you always say when something's going wrong or bad. You just look at me and say, good. And then Jocko replied, well, I mean it, because that's how I operate. And then he continues, and I'm telling you right now, this is wonderful. This is wonderful. Imagine this. Imagine fitting your problem into this. Here we go. Oh, mission got canceled? Good. We could focus on another one. Didn't get the new high-speed gear we wanted? Good. We could keep it simple. Didn't get that promotion? Good. More time to get better. Didn't get funding? Good. We own more of the company. Didn't get that job you wanted? Good. Go out, gain more experience, and build a better resume. Got injured? Good. Needed a break from training. Got tapped out? Good. It's better to get tapped out in training than get tapped out on the street. Got beat? Good. We learned. Unexpected problems? Good. We have the opportunity to figure out a solution. I got to tell you, and he continues, when things are good, or when things are going bad, don't get all bummed out. Don't get startled. Don't get frustrated. Just look at the issue and say, good. Where in your life are we bitching? Are we moaning? Are we complaining? Are we taking to social media? Are we drinking too much? Are we trying to drown out our sorrows by going to email, by our phone or something like that, instead of saying, this is actually really good? And everyone, like he said, hindsight is 20/20. I don't like cliches, but it's 100% true. Why regret instead of learn? In one of the better one-liners that I've heard as recent as, say this entire year, I heard it last week, but this whole year, it's by Ray Dalio, Principles. And he says, when there's a setback, plus reflection is progress. When an issue happens and you reflect on it is when you progress. There is nothing like an experience. You can't think, you can't visualize, you can't say out loud, I hope this happens. I hope I make more money. I hope I make more sales calls. I hope I get into a relationship. No, you have to go out and make the sales calls. Go to the gym. Approach that pretty girl. She said no? Good. Hone your skills. Made some sales calls? Couldn't handle the objections? Good. Makes you role play better. That's what I needed. So go out, get some problems, and say good.